Hello, everyone. We are live, and today you're going to learn 100 or more food dishes and words. And these are all food dishes and food vocabulary that's common in North America. Hello to all my amazing students watching live. Hello, hello, hello. And to all my students watching the replay, make sure you participate as well because we're going to do this as a quiz. And I want you to pay attention to my vocabulary and my pronunciation. So you're going to learn a lot of additional words at the same time, but we need to pronounce them correctly. So here, this is pronounced, do you know? Say it out loud right now. Breakfast. Breakfast. So did you notice it's not pronounced as break, and there's no fast in it either. So listen again. Breakfast, breakfast, breakfast. What did you have for breakfast today? And what do you normally have for breakfast? Share that in the comments. Okay, so do you know your egg types in English? We have numbers 1 through 8. All of these are very common. Do you know any of these numbers? Do you know all of these numbers? Share the ones that you know in the comments. And you can also share your favorite type of egg. My favorite type of egg is number 1. Do you know the name of this in English? If you were going to order this at a restaurant, what would you say? Oh, I see the correct answer in the comments. I'm really impressed, actually. Now, the type of egg I also have every day with my lunch is number 4. Although number 1's my favorite, I usually have number 4. Do you know the name of number 4? And what other ones do you know? Okay, so here we go. And Salvo said that his favorite is number 8. Oh, that's honestly my least favorite, but I'm glad that you like it. And Rita, yes, number 2 is an omelet. And you're right, sunny side up. Isn't that a fun name? Sunny side up is number 1, my favorite type of egg. And you're right, Manuel, you can also call this a fried egg. And Slobodanka eats number 8 every morning. Now, notice how I said she eats because it's in the present simple every morning. So I want you to take this vocabulary and form sentences as well and think about the grammar, the verb tense, for example. Okay, so here we go. Number 1, you can call this a fried egg. In North America, it's very common to call it a sunny side up, sunny side up. So if you order a fried egg, the yolk, so we have the egg white, of course, and then the yellow part or orange part is called the yolk. Notice that pronunciation, yolk, yolk. The spelling contains an L, but it's silent, yolk. Yolk. So if you order a fried egg, it's possible that you might get one with a hard yolk. So you can say a soft yolk. So you can say, I want a fried egg with a soft yolk. I want a fried egg with a hard yolk. Or you can just say, I want a sunny side up egg is always a soft yolk, a soft yolk. Okay, so fried or sunny side up, omelet. Of course, you can put whatever toppings, whatever ingredients you want in the omelet. 3, this is over easy. That means they take the sunny side up and then they flip it over so the top part cooks. So the yolk isn't as soft. The sunny side up will be the softest yolk. Now, 4 is boiled. So they crack the egg in water, boiled. Soft boiled, poached is also in water. And then we have fried, but over medium. So they take your sunny side up, they flip it over, but then they keep it for a longer period of time. So the yolk is harder than over easy. If you say over easy, it will still be soft. And then over medium, maybe the yolk is more like this one here. So the yolk is harder. And then we did 6 was poached, 7 is hard boiled, and then 8 is scrambled. So again, what's your favorite egg? All right. Salab says, my favorite is number 7. Ooh, hard boiled. Interesting. Stefania likes the soft boiled. Very nice. We have another. Oh, wait, that was the same one. And then Octavio said number 2, an omelet. Do you like anything in your omelet? All right. Let's continue with our vocabulary. So here are just some useful phrases. In a restaurant, the server, the waiter, waitress, server is gender neutral. They could ask you, how do you take your eggs? So if you order a dish that comes with eggs, you have to specify what type. So they can use the verb take. How do you take your eggs? They could also say, how would you like your eggs? How would you like your eggs? This is how would you like your eggs prepared, but often they'll just say, how would you like your eggs? Or how do you like your eggs? So this one is just a little more casual. This one is a little more formal, polite because it uses would. How do you like your eggs? And then if you're ordering, you can say, I'll have the breakfast special. And then if you know the item comes with eggs, you can say with, and then whatever your choice is. So with scrambled eggs, with sunny side up eggs, with poached eggs, with over easy eggs, for example. Okay, so now you know your egg vocabulary. What about this? Do you know the name of this item? So in North America, we love brunch on weekends. Particularly, it's very common to go for brunch with your family, with your friends, and this is the delicacy. This is the most common brunch item in North America. But this is considered a special item. So it's not something we have every day for breakfast. It's more of a specialty brunch item. Do you know what this is called? Does anyone know what this is called? There's the traditional name for this, and then there is the casual name for this that you can see on menus. So I'll share both of those with you. And then also, do you know what this is called? But do you know what the ingredients are? Can you name any of these ingredients, or can you name all of these ingredients? What do you think? Anyone know? I see one of the ingredients someone has. You're right. It is on an English muffin. Muffin, your spelling of muffin is incorrect, but English muffin, that's correct. That's what we have on the bottom. Rita has no clue. Oh, really? This is what you would order for brunch in North America. For sure, for sure. You must order this. It is absolutely delicious. And nobody knows. Wow. Okay. Haven't the slightest idea. Well, at least you can practice your vocabulary for saying you don't know. So that's good. This is called, I'm really surprised nobody knows, Eggs Benedict. Eggs Benedict. Okay. But you can shorten this and call it Eggs Benny. So this is a trendy, cool way to say it. So on menus, you'll see a category called Eggs Benny. That is Eggs Benedict. It's just the shortened form of it. So we have the classic Eggs Benedict, which is in the middle. This is ham. You can also get it with smoked salmon, or you can get a vegetarian version, which comes with spinach. The other ingredients are the same. So it's a soft poached egg. That's why I showed you the inside, because it's always soft egg yolks. Okay, that's an important part of Egg Benedict. Soft poached egg on an English muffin topped with hollandaise. 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 So what is hollandaise sauce? That's the yellow sauce you see on top. It's egg yolks, butter, lemon, paprika, and salt. That's the ingredient of it. So this is a very luxurious, a very decadent brunch item that's common to have on special occasions or on weekends. All right, let's move on to other breakfast items. Can you name all four? This should be easy for you. These are traditional breakfast items, probably around the world. And definitely in North America, we love all of these items. Which one is your favorite? Can you name them all? Well, of course, we know number one is pancakes. Pancakes. Now, it's interesting because in some places you might call them American pancakes, but of course, we just call them pancakes. Okay, yes, we have waffle. What number is waffle? And then what about number two? Do you know this one? And what about number three? Maybe those are not as obvious. Okay. So we have pancakes, of course, crepes, French toast, and waffles. Pancakes and waffles are definitely the most common. Crepes are becoming more common. They're considered a more elegant item. Sometimes they're more of a dessert item because they're often filled with chocolate, and you can find them just for dessert. Notice this pronunciation: crepes, crepes, crepes. And then French toast. Do you know this one? So we call it French toast, not just toast, French toast. But of course, we wouldn't call them American pancakes. We just call them pancakes in North America. Okay, which is your favorite? If you had to choose only one, which one would you choose? 1, 2, 3, 4. I would choose number one for sure. But of course, I have pancakes with maple syrup. You can't have pancakes without maple syrup. So which one would you choose? Okay, these are your more average breakfast items. So I had one of these for breakfast today. And I have one of these for breakfast every single day. So these are your more daily breakfast items. And then these are generally more weekend, holiday, special occasion breakfast items. And these are everyday breakfast items. So do you know the names of any of these? Yes, we definitely have cereal as number one. This is the category. There are many, many different types of cereal. This is the category. Okay. And number three, yes, yogurt. This looks like plain yogurt. You can add toppings to your yogurt. Just like number two, there are toppings added to the dish. Yeah, and you're right. Ganache, oats, oats. Now, when you cook the oats, though, there's a name for this. So, oats is the uncooked version. Oats is the uncooked ingredient, and then it turns into number two, which is what I eat for breakfast every single day. Pretty boring, but it's nutritious and filling, and it's oatmeal. Oatmeal. So, oatmeal is made from oats. You cook the oats in water, add some cinnamon, put some fruit on top, and you have a healthy, delicious meal. So cereal, oatmeal, yogurt, and then number four is called a parfait. You can just call it a parfait. Notice that pronunciation, the T is not pronounced, so it ends on a fay, a parfait, parfait. You may also call it a fruit and yogurt parfait. It's possible on a menu they call it a fruit and yogurt parfait, or you can just call it parfait, parfait. So it's layers of fresh fruit, granola, and yogurt. So that's a parfait. All right, Hidaki, welcome, welcome. No worries about being late. So share what's your favorite breakfast item from this list. Share that here. Yeah. So number two, you can also call it porridge, porridge, but oatmeal is the more common word, but porridge is an alternative. Okay. So, are you enjoying this lesson? If you are, make sure you like it, subscribe so you're notified every time I post a new lesson, and put yum, yum, yum instead of yes, yes, yes. Put yum because that's the sound we make when something looks delicious. Yum, yum. So, you can put yum, 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 yum in the comments if you're enjoying this lesson, if you want me to create another one just like this. All right. Yes, Ganesh, number four, the parfait. And you're right, it is a French word. Stefania, it is a French word. We just borrow it from the French and we use it, but we still pronounce it more like the French sound. So parfait, A. That's why the T is silent. Okay. And woo, everyone is enjoying this food-based lesson. I am so happy. Woohoo. Okay. Now, rapid fire, rapid fire. So what do we have? 3, 6, 9. We have 12 different types of fruit. Can you name them all? I will give you 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Start typing, type in as many as you know. And let's see. Let's see if you know any of these or all of these. And what's your favorite fruit? Are any of these not available for purchase in your country, or maybe they import them in so they're extremely expensive if you do see them? These are all commonly available in grocery stores in North America, which is why I chose them. We do also get exotic fruit. Pineapple would be considered a more exotic fruit in North America, but it is a very common breakfast fruit still. So I included it on the list. But because it's an imported item, pineapples are quite expensive. Mostly everything else is available in North America at a relatively cheap price, I would say, although these items might be considered specialty items in your country. Okay, so we have a lot of answers here. Woohoo! We know them all. So let's review the pronunciation together just to make sure you know them all. So pear, repeat after me as well. Pear, raspberry, watermelon, strawberry. Now, for the berries, I'm putting them in the singular, but often for berries, you would use the plural. Would you like some raspberries? Raspberries. So notice that P is not pronounced. Raspberries, raspberries. And there's more of a Z, raspberries, 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 because you wouldn't just have one, right? But you would have one pair. So just notice some of these are more common in the singular, others in plural. So pear, raspberry, raspberries, watermelon, strawberry, strawberries, pineapple, pineapple, orange, orange, grapes, same thing, most common in the plural, grapes, grapes, blueberries, blueberries, banana, apple, cherries, cherries, also most common in the plural, and kiwi, 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 kiwi. So which one is your favorite out of the list? Now, I have a banana every day for breakfast. It's not my favorite, but I guess it's just an easy fruit to eat. If I had to choose only one, probably, raspberries are so delicious. Cherries, for me, are a little more exotic because they're only produced one time a year at least, where they're available in the grocery store. So it's always exciting to get cherries because they only come once per summer. So I always look forward to cherry season. Okay, let's move on to lunch. Are you ready for lunch? Maybe. And you're right. Kiwis are from New Zealand, but they are very commonly eaten in North America, which is interesting. And they're not very expensive either. Okay, let's move on to lunch. Lunch. Here we go. What do we have here? So these are common salads for lunch. You could make them at home. You can also order them in restaurants. So, do you know the names of any of these salads? If you wanted to order this salad, number one, and you saw the picture of it, you could point at the picture and say, I'll have this salad, or you could order it by name. Oh, and you're right, Rita. I totally forgot about peaches. Peaches are very common for sure, and they are delicious. Yes. I forgot about that one. Okay, so anyone know the names of these salads? Oh, okay, we have some good salad choices for sure, for sure. Oh, and who knows how to pronounce this? And what number is this? All right, so we have number one is Caesar. Caesar. So notice that A at the beginning isn't pronounced. So Caesar, Caesar, Caesar salad. This is one of the most common salads because it's delicious and doesn't really taste like a salad. So Caesar salad. Number two is called a Cobb salad. So this is a salad with the main ingredients are usually chicken and egg. There's always chicken and egg. Blue cheese is in the corner here. And then lots of other ingredients. So you could call this a hearty salad. So if you're hungry and you want a full meal, but in the form of a salad, a Cobb salad is a good choice. So it's a hearty salad compared to number three, which is often eaten as an appetizer before a meal, or it could just be your meal if you have it as a larger size. So we call this a green salad. Yes, I know not all the ingredients are green. Tomatoes almost always come in a green salad. I know, not all the ingredients are green, but for some reason, we call this a green salad. It's also commonly called a house salad. A house salad. Okay, so either one, green salad, house salad. And then number four is a quinoa salad. So quinoa is a grain, and then you can add whatever chopped vegetables you want in the quinoa salad, but a large part is the grain, the quinoa. So which one would you choose if you had to eat only one of these salads for lunch? Which one would you choose? I eat number three every day for lunch with a hard or a soft boiled egg. That is my lunch every single day. And you're right, Manuel. I agree. Oh no, where was your other comment about avocado? That's so true. I love avocado in salads. It makes it heartier, and avocados are very healthy. They have a healthy fat in them, and they're delicious. The creaminess, they are delicious. Okay, so what's your favorite salad? Let's move on. You can have a salad, and it's also very common to have a sandwich. Now, these are sandwiches that, although Americans, we could make these at home, most of the time, these are sandwiches that we would order in restaurants. Although you can absolutely make these at home as well. And for lunch, Probably in your country as well. It's very common to have salad and sandwich or soup and sandwich. And you might even just get half a sandwich and half a salad. Okay, so that's a very common lunch. So, what about these sandwiches? Do you know the names of any of these sandwiches? Oh, I see one of the names already. That's awesome. Number one, do you even know what these ingredients are? And if you don't know the names, that's okay. Do you know any of the main ingredients? So, number two, what do you see here? This is a fun name for a sandwich. Number three is the American sandwich. This is what you will always find every single menu, every single diner, every single restaurant. This is the American sandwich for sure. And then number four is very, very common as well. All right. Well, I don't see a lot of names of these sandwiches, which is awesome. I'm glad you don't know them because I can teach them to you. So let's see. Now, these are the names you would see on a menu. Now, often you could see the name and then they may tell you the ingredients underneath, but they may not because they assume you know what the ingredients are. Number one is a Reuben. 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 So the meat is corned beef. Corned beef. So this is a cured beef. The cheese is Swiss cheese, and it comes with sauerkraut, which is fermented cabbage, and then Thousand Island dressing. So it's a type of dressing. So it's like mayo, but it's not mayo. It's Thousand Island dressing. So it's the sauce on the sandwich. So these ingredients make up a Reuben. So on a menu, you'll just see Reuben. They may tell you what's in it, but they may just say Reuben. Okay, number two, a BLT. The B stands for bacon, the L stands for lettuce, and the T stands for tomato. BLT is bacon, lettuce, tomato. BLT. Now, they also put mayo on it. And then, of course, there's the bread. So those two ingredients, the mayo and the bread, aren't stated in the name, but they're with it as well. BLT, BLT. Okay, you should definitely know what a BLT is if you plan to come to North America. And you absolutely must know what a club sandwich. They might call it a turkey club or they might call it a chicken club because it is possible to get chicken, but a standard club comes with turkey. So it's turkey and then BLT. What's BLT? Is bacon, lettuce, tomato. And then mayo is the sauce. But what makes a club is the fact that there are 3 slices of bread. So there's the bottom slice, and then the layer of turkey, BLT, the middle slice, and then another layer of turkey, BLT, and then the top slice. And it's always served with a big toothpick through it. All right. And then number 4 is a tuna melt. So tuna mixed with vegetables, so such as celery, onions, those are the most common, and then mayo as well. And then you might put a slice of tomato, and then you might put some other vegetables, and then melted cheese. That's the melt part, is there's melted cheese on the tuna melt. You could just get a tuna sandwich. So if they say melt, it means there's melted cheese. If you just see tuna sandwich, then there's no cheese. You might just ask for them to put on cheese if you want cheese. Okay. Awesome. So mayo is mayonnaise. We don't call it mayonnaise. We call it mayo. So do you know what mayonnaise is? If you don't know what mayonnaise is, it's the most common sauce. It's made from egg yolks and oil and maybe some garlic, and then they blend it until it's smooth and creamy. So it's a rich sauce, but it's mayonnaise. So yeah, this is an interesting point. In North America, we shorten words all the time. Like we don't call it bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich. We call it a BLT. So we call mayonnaise mayo. Always mayo. Don't order mayonnaise, order mayo. Mayo. That's what we say. Okay. All right. Now, this is a classic American lunch. You can order this in a restaurant and it's very common to make this at home as well. So what is this? If you wanted to order this in a restaurant, what would you say? All right. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, and is this the ingredients of mayo, egg, oil, garlic, salt, and vinegar? Oh, that sounds good. Vinegar is in mayo. I did not know that. Interesting. Interesting. All right. So who knows what the name of this dish is? If you saw the picture of it and you said, I'll have this, you can point or you can vocalize it and say, I'll have, I'll have what? I see part of the answer. Very nice. No, it's not pumpkin soup. Definitely not pumpkin soup. Pumpkin soup is seasonal, so it is eaten in fall, which you might also call autumn, but in North America, we call it fall. So it's a seasonal soup. It's not a classic soup. Classic is all times, all ages, all places is this soup. Yes, tomato soup for sure. For sure. So this is the classic American lunch, grilled cheese and tomato soup. So the sandwich is called a grilled cheese sandwich. It's just bread and cheese, and then it's cooked on the grill with butter, and the cheese has to be really melted, and the bread has to become toast. And then tomato soup. Cream of tomato, but we just call it tomato soup. So tomato soup is the classic American soup. You will find tomato soup on most menus. You will find a can of tomato soup in every single household in North America, for sure. Tomato soup. Okay. Dinner. Let's move on to dinner. Is this the ingredients of mayo? Egg yolk, mustard, lemon, oil. That sounds right. Mustard? I wonder. Who knows how mayo is made? Okay. Dinner time, everyone. Dinner time. Let's see. Of course, you know what a hamburger is. I'm not teaching you vocabulary that I know you know. You know what a hamburger is. You know what pizza is. I'm not going to teach you that. Do you know these ground beef dinners? So the main ingredient in hamburger, the burger, is made from ground beef. Ground beef. Okay. So you just take a piece of beef and you grind it in a meat grinder and it becomes ground beef. And then you can take that beef and you can make other dinners. These are 4 very common dinners to have with ground beef. They're not hamburgers. They each have a name. Do you know the names of these classic ground beef dinners? Lasagna is a very common one. Spaghetti, of course, very common. I didn't teach you these because they're very common. Oh, I see one of the answers already. I'm impressed. I see 2 of the answers already. Okay. 3 of the answers. 3 of the answers. Does anyone know what number 2 is? So there's a name for it. I will give you a hint. The name contains the name of a man in North America. So one of the most common North American names for a man. Number 2 contains that name. Hopefully that's a good hint a clue, a hint. So, do you know what these ground beef dinners are? I ate all of these as a kid growing up. They were very common. And they're everyday dinners. They're not fancy. They're just regular, everyday, fast, easy to make dinners. Okay, so we have shepherd's pie, sloppy Joe, sloppy. The word sloppy is another word for messy. So if I'm eating it, what's going to happen? It's going to be all over my face, all over my hands, all over my shirt. So it's messy to eat. Sloppy is another word for messy. Sloppy, sloppy. And Joe is a name we use to mean average. The average American sandwich. Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe. 3 is meatloaf, meatloaf. And 4 is chili, chili, chili. So these are the 4 most common ground beef dinners. They all contain ground beef. What is on top of shepherd's pie? Do you know? So at the bottom, we have ground beef, and then it's mixed with vegetables, carrots, onions, peas, usually, maybe green beans. So vegetables, and then it's topped with mashed potatoes, maybe a little bit of cheese, and then it's baked in the oven. A sloppy Joe is with a lot of sauce, maybe barbecue sauce or ketchup. To be honest, I've never made a sloppy Joe. I don't really like them. So I don't know what the sauce is. I think it's either barbecue sauce or ketchup or a combination of barbecue sauce and ketchup. And then loose ground beef in a burger bun. Number 4, it's you take the ground beef and you form it into a loaf. A loaf. So think like a bread loaf. That's the shape of it. So it's formed and pressed, and then you cut it in slices. And then chili, of course, it's chili. You can think of it as a stew or a very thick, hearty soup. And it has a lot of vegetables, beans. It might be a little bit spicy, a lot of seasonings as well. Okay. So Stefania informed us that Cartman loves sloppy joes. I can see that because sloppy joes are very common for kids. To be honest, I don't know if I'm sure adults like sloppy joes as well, but I ate them as a kid. I don't think many adults eat sloppy joes. It's certainly possible, but I think it's more for kids. Okay. Now, this is an average American dinner. You have this on a Monday, a Wednesday. It's not fancy. It's just an average dinner. Can you name any or all of the ingredients in this dinner? What do you think? Can you name any of them? Well, I'm sure you can name some of them. What about the yellow log? What is that called? Of course, it's corn, but you can't just say I'll have the corn. You would have to be specific. So there's a name for this. It's not just corn. There's a longer name. Okay? So it's not corn. There's a name for this. Does anyone know? But of course, we do have mashed. So the spelling is ED at the end. Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. Okay, so this is close, but the preposition is wrong. It's not corn in the cob. Oh, no, sorry. And the word order is wrong as well. So you have some of the words, but not all of the words. But close, close. Yes, mashed. Notice the pronunciation with a T. Mashed, 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 mashed potato, mashed potato. Okay, so nobody knew. We call this corn on the cob. So it's not just corn. If I think corn, I think the individual kernels on a plate. This is called corn on the cob. Corn on the cob. Okay, so if someone's going to the grocery store, I would say, oh, can you pick up some corn on the cob? Corn on the cob. Because corn would just be the individual kernels. Corn on the cob. And then we would just call this a salad. Mashed potatoes with gravy. Mashed potatoes with gravy. Make sure you get that ED pronunciation as T. Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes with gravy. And then roasted chicken. You can just call this chicken or roasted chicken. It's just how they cook it. Okay. Let's go. This is a fancier dinner. So it's very common for families to get together on Sunday. It doesn't have to be Sunday. Some families may choose to do it on Friday or Saturday. So other days are common for sure, but Sunday is probably the most common day for a nice family dinner. So this is a fancier dinner, which means it's more expensive and it takes longer to make. So it's generally eaten on special occasions or once a week with the family. Okay, so what are the individual items? Does anyone know what any of these items are? What is the meat here? Does anyone know what the meat is called? I'm sure you know some of the ingredients. Ah, very nice. Roast beef. Roast beef. Very good. Yeah, so it is a slice of beef, but beef, there are so many different types of beef in North America. So we call this roast beef. Roast beef. Exactly. Roast beef. Roast beef. Very good. Very good. So we have roast beef, roasted potatoes. So roasted potatoes, it's more time consuming than making mashed potatoes, but it's considered a more elegant potato in North America. So roasted potatoes, some sort of vegetable, carrots. It looks like there's also maybe this could be a different slice of carrot. It could be a parsnip as well. I'm not sure. Salad. And then this is called Yorkshire pudding. Yorkshire pudding. So it's an alternative to having bread with your dinner. So it is similar to bread, but the texture is a little bit different. It's fluffier. I don't know what the ingredients of Yorkshire pudding are, to be honest, but this is what my dad would make on Sunday dinner to be a little fancy, a little more sophisticated. Okay. So, have you had this dinner before? Now, this could be a non-meat dinner. I'm sure you know what these ingredients are. Generally, in North America, once per week, families will aim to have a non-meat dinner. Keep in mind, in North America, when I say meat, we mean white meat. So chicken, turkey is just considered meat. Pork is considered meat, and beef is considered meat. So all of those three common animals, or four, I guess, chicken, turkey, pork, and beef, we all consider meat. So once a week, families in North America will try to have a non-meat dinner, and they consider fish. Fish is considered non-meat. So this is to be a little healthier. So once a week, families might have fish. This is salmon, which would be considered the more expensive fish, and then white fish. So maybe tilapia or cod or halibut would be alternatives for a white fish. And then with fish, generally rice is served in North America with fish, whereas potatoes are served with all other meals. And then every plate always comes with vegetables. So this is a non-meat dinner. Okay, now rapid fire. How many of these vegetables can you name? These are all common vegetables eaten. Someone long time ago in our class asked me about celery. Well, celery is on this list. So we'll go through these. Yeah, Stefania, steak is considered beef. So steak is a type of beef, just like roast beef. So steak you would absolutely be one of the most common meals eaten as well, but it's would be considered the beef category. Okay, so how many of these can you name? And we'll focus on the pronunciation as well. So let's go through these together. Are there any that you don't know? We have broccoli, broccoli. So notice that second O is not pronounced. Broccoli, 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 broccoli. Asparagus. Notice at the ending of this, it's gis, is, gis. Asparagus. Zucchini, zucchini, kini. That CH becomes K. Zucchini, zucchini. Spinach, spinach. Notice that it's an itch at the end. Spinach, spinach. Eggplant. Ooh, one of my favorites. Eggplant. Cucumber. Very similar visually to a zucchini. Even at the grocery store, if I send my husband grocery shopping, he might bring me back a zucchini if I ask for a cucumber. They're very similar. So you have to look at the texture on the outside. Cucumber, cucumber. Celery with an S. Celery, celery, celery. Cauliflower, cauliflower. Carrot, of course, carrot. Leek, that long E. Eek, eek, leek, leek. Sweet potato, sweet potato. So visually, they're different in size, in shape. So sweet potatoes are longer, and then regular potatoes are more of a circular round, and then sweet potatoes are longer, and they are sweet on the inside. So they taste sweet. Sweet potato and peas, peas. So watch this again and focus on that pronunciation. Okay. All right. So finally, dessert. Is this your favorite part of dinner? Favorite part of the day? Favorite meal of the day, I should say? These are common desserts in North America. We have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you name any of them? I'm sure everyone knows number 1. I'm sure this is ubiquitous with North America. Nothing's as American as number 1 as, of course. What about number 2? Ooh, number 3. Do you recognize this? Okay. What do we have here? Yes. I'm sure a lot of people know the names of these for sure. Everyone loves desserts. What about 1, 2, 3, 4? What about number 4? Someone asked me why I didn't have this on the fruit list. Well, here we have it in dessert form. This contains a delicious fruit that is very common in North America that I should have included on the fruit list, but I did not. And it's like pie, but it has a different name. It's not called pie. Any ideas? Any ideas? Yes, I can pronounce dessert. I'm glad you asked. Okay, dessert, zert, zert. So notice that z sound, dessert, d. So the syllable stress is da, dessert, da, dessert, dessert. So repeat after me, Dulix, dessert, dessert. Excellent question. Thank you for asking. Dessert. Okay. Barry. Oh, someone got the name for number 4. That's awesome. Melina said, best meal of the day. Nice, nice. Okay. So the names. Apple pie. Apple pie. Now, it's very common to have apple pie with ice cream. Now, sometimes on menus, you'll see the word a la mode. A la mode. This is not English. This is French. A la mode, which does not mean with ice cream as the French translation. Okay. However, that's what it means to Americans on a menu. So if you see apple pie a la mode or even brownie a la mode, it means they put a scoop of vanilla ice cream on your apple pie. So apple pie with ice cream, sometimes on menus, probably fancier menus, they say a la mode. Brownie, red velvet cupcake. So red velvet is just the type of this, but it's a cupcake. A cupcake. There are so many different types of cupcakes. Someone asked me the difference between a cupcake and a muffin. Okay, in North America, we generally eat muffins for breakfast. Muffins are considered a breakfast food. Cupcakes are a dessert. Muffins are larger, cupcakes are smaller. Muffins tend to be less sweet and contain perhaps healthier ingredients such as carrot, fruit, and bran, raisins. Those are the ingredients. So they're not as sweet. Cupcakes are sweet. They contain chocolate chips, caramel, sweet items. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. And so a peach cobbler, it's the ingredients of a pie, but it's presented like it's a broken up pie. So the crust of it is broken a little bit. So it looks a little messier than pie, but it's delicious. And it's very common to have peach as the ingredient for cobbler. So if you see cobbler on the menu, just think pie. It will taste like pie. And it's very common to serve it with ice cream as well. Of course, donuts, you can get any type of donuts. And then cookies, you can get any types of cookies. I don't really know. This looks like chocolate chips and a nut, some form of nut. But of course, you can have any type of cookies as well. All right, Melina loves brownie a la mode. Ooh, very decadent for sure. Yes, and muffins can be savory for sure. Savory, so we have sweet, savory. Savory represents more, think of cheese is savory, chocolate is sweet, and potato chips are savory, chocolate, brownies, cookies, donuts are sweet, nuts are savory. So there are things that are salty and not sweet. And yes, muffins are generally more savory for sure. Okay. Now, 4 more types of dessert. These are very common in North America, and you will see them on most menus, especially diners, which are small local restaurants, are called diners in North America. They serve home style food, comfort food. They're not very expensive. Those are called diners. And all 4 of these desserts are very common in diners. What do we have? Do you know the names? Yes, I see some names already. Lots of names. Does anyone know what number 2 is? Number 2. I usually get number 3. That's my favorite dessert. Which would you order if you had to order one? All right. Yes, we see lots of answers here. We have cheesecake, lemon pie for sure. Okay, so we have number 1, cheesecake. You can get it maybe strawberry cheesecake, cherry cheesecake, chocolate cheesecake, seasonally pumpkin cheesecake, but only in fall. So you can get different types of cheesecake, but the base is cheesecake. Key lime pie. Have you ever had key lime pie? So they never just call it lime pie. They always call it key lime pie. So key limes are a type of lime. Key lime pie. Lemon pie, but the white part is called Meringue is made from egg whites and sugar. And you just beat them incredibly fast until they become stiff. So you can see that it's stiff. It doesn't fall down. It remains upright, so it's stiff. Okay, so lemon meringue. The white part is the meringue. Lemon meringue pie, lemon meringue pie. And then number 4, an ice cream sundae. The word Sunday is pronounced exactly as the day of the week. Sunday. Ice cream sundae, a sundae. You might just call it a sundae. You can also call it a hot fudge sundae, but that's a type of sundae. Of course, with hot fudge, you can get caramel sundaes, strawberry sundaes. So you can get other sundaes. Hot fudge is the most common type of sundae. All right. So we had a lot of right answers. Sunil got it. Yeah, I'll pronounce it again. Meringue. There's no difference. They're the same. Sunday. No difference. Exactly the same. Different spelling, same pronunciation. This happens quite a bit in English. And actually, when I made this presentation, I spelled it as Sunday. And then I looked, I'm like, oh my goodness, I spelled it the wrong way. So I changed it, thankfully. Okay, the white thing, yeah, in number 2, meringue. Oh, sorry. In number 2, the key lime pie, I think it's just whipping cream. I don't think it's meringue. I think it's whipping cream. I generally don't order key lime pie, but I'm pretty sure it's whipping cream. Ooh, I'm glad my favorite dessert, number 3, is the winner for some of you. Yeah, exactly. But it's not the same pronunciation as eyes. So it's ice. So Sunday is right, but it's not eyes. Eyes and ice have different pronunciation. Ice. Ice. So notice when I say my mouth opens more. And ice. What you would put in water to make it cold, ice. My mouth doesn't open as much. Ice. Okay. All right. All right, everyone. That's it. I hope you enjoyed learning all this food vocabulary. It was fun for me to share all of these American dishes that I grew up eating for sure. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you did, make sure you like it, subscribe so you're notified every time I post a new lesson, every time I go live. If you subscribe, YouTube will tell you that I'm going live or I have a live scheduled, and then you can join so you're reminded and put yum, yum, yum. Remember, yum. That's the sound that we vocalize to say that something looks delicious. We say yum. So if my friend told me, oh, I made peach cobbler last night, I could just say yum. That's all I could say as a reply. Yum. So that's why I want you to say yum in the comments if you like this lesson. It was very fun hanging out with all you amazing students, learning this food vocabulary together. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope you have something delicious today. Bye, everyone. See you soon.